Oh, you can see it, okay.
Welcome to the Good Talk, our recap and Q&A show where we go over the game we just played and answer your questions. And if you hadn't seen it, the game that we just played was the Salamanders against the Death Guard. Two pretty cool, hard-hitting armies. And we kind of dug deep and made some very unique, different lists that we hadn't played before. For me, particularly in the Salamanders, this was the first time I really was digging out my Las Cannon Devastators and my Relic Dreadnoughts and things like that. And hadn't really seen them on the table in a while, so I was excited to kind of put them in the list because they're at the back of the shelf always, getting so dusty. And now we know why.
The Dreadnought.
The Dreadnought, listen, this was it turned out to be kind of an absolute blowout. The game initially started going in the Death Guard favor, and then it just never stopped. In fact, it like accelerated in the Death Guard's favor as it went. The Salamanders were trying to complete their objectives and putting points on the board, but at no point were they really threatening the Death Guard position or the Death Guard army. They were only threatening to do half of their own secondaries. Like, don't watch out, I'm gonna get my secondary points. And it was like, the Death Guard were like, cool. I'm just gonna continue to steamroll. This was partly because, Bridger got a wedge in early and kind of just had the advantage. But then partly because when I had chances to punch back, they flubbed horribly. I had just really, really, really bad turns of luck on one or two turns where I had to risk everything. Where I had to risk everything to kind of come out and make some punch. And it just did not work. The Las Cannons, I don't know that they ever did more than 1 damage, ever. I was re-rolling ones into ones repeatedly. The Death Guard, obviously, -1 damage. So I rolled a couple twos, but twos count as ones. And I would like do 2 damage and be like, oh, down to 1. I'll re-roll it into a 1. So just really, really bad hitting, wounding, damage. And he had really good involves on top of that because that's what his army does, right? And so was a really tough match. But actually, I love matches like this because you kind of have to be really clever to find where can I still pick up my points, even when, everything's so bleak. They've got so many units. How can I sneak around and surprise them and pick up points? And I did manage to put points on the board. If we weren't playing this mission, which was one of the hardest missions to get primary on, I bet my overall score would have looked a lot higher.
Yeah.
This mission in particular was just very oppressive. If someone has a lead in this mission, you're in big trouble because they're getting 15 and you're getting 0. That's how this mission works. It's not like, cool, we're both getting 10. It's like, no, 15 for one person, 0 for the other person. And that actually happened a couple times, which meant that it was really hard to pick up those points.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bridger?
I mean, I was super excited to play some weird stuff in Death Guard that I don't normally... Like, I was Poxmongers, and that's the Demon Engine choice of chapter. Right. And I haven't played Mephitic Blight Haulers or Bloat Drones since 8th.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I was super excited to get them on the table. 9 wounds is a lot.
The haulers are actually really good.
Blight Haulers are dope.
And they give you real shooting to an army that typically doesn't have that much.
They do. And they're so much faster than most things. All the Demon Engines move 10.
Yeah.
Which is like really fast for Death Guard.
Totally.
So I was able to get out on points faster than I felt I should have, get angles to shoot faster than I felt I should have, and the Ironclad Furnace for 4-up invuln on the Blight Haulers
makes that unit really hard to shoot at.
Kicks them up a notch, especially if you put miasma on them.
They're not worth shooting at.
Yeah.
And in fact, anytime your opponent does shoot at them, you're just laughing.
You cackle.
You're so happy.
You laugh maniacally. It's great. And I think it was great to see Plague Marines come through.
Yeah.
They did their thing. I got the flail.
They took a whole flank.
Yeah.
And you brought them up in the Terrax Assault Drill.
The drill got to do something.
Which is fun. It gets them up the board.
Yeah.
In this game, I don't think the main thing the drill did was force me to screen out.
Yeah.
Which it forced me to use a couple units more as screens. And I was a pretty elite army, so I didn't have them. Other than that, the drill, though, was actually, as it always is, a menace in shooting and combat.
Yeah.
It is like, it killed my Primarch, it killed my Braith Ashmantle, like handily, because it does 6 plus D3 damage
against vehicles.
-4 AP is kind of super terrifying.
It's very swingy. 3 attacks on 4s.
But also 5 Melta shots.
It's frightening.
8 Volkite shots.
Oh, no, for sure. Its shooting is amazing, but its combat is very swingy.
Sure.
And it feels like oftentimes you'll charge it in, because you're charging a vehicle.
Yeah.
And if you're playing against Space Marines, you're probably charging a vehicle that can punch you.
Right.
And so if you make the charge, and you whiff those 3 attacks,
I know.
It just dies.
I know.
So it's a strange unit, but I was glad that kind of all my units got to do something.
10 or 12?
10 or 12.
Toughness 7?
T8.
T8, yeah.
T8.
It at least used to be T8. I'm not sure if it still is, but it used to be basically Land Raider.
Yeah.
And its combat was better. On the charge, it would like double its attacks or something. It used to be ridiculous.
And because it's a vehicle that hits on 4s instead of 6s. So take it as Space Wolves, hit on 3s.
Hit on 3s.
Explode those 6s.
Is that how to make Space Wolves awesome?
Yeah,
That
Terex
chat-
assault drills.
that chat
Terex
question
assault drills.
is coming up, actually.
Really cool. The Death Guard definitely got to shine.
Yeah.
They did really good work there. The Salamanders stuff all did its Salamanders thing a little bit, but then it just all kind of got trampled on really quick. Did you have an MVP for the game?
Ooh, I think it's the Blight Haulers. The Blight Haulers really shined for me, and I think there's something Death Guard should probably turn to. Like, I look at the Dragoons. Sidonian Dragoons is the wrong unit. Nope, that's right. The Dragoons.
You're talking about the Iron Striders?
Iron Strider Ballistari, sorry. Each have 2 last cannon shots.
Yeah.
And if you take the 4-up invuln, and you're -1 to hit, and then you spend 1 CP, and they each lose a shot,
Yeah.
they're indestructible. AdMech's not going to do anything to your Blight Haulers.
Yeah, that's right. They have a lot more range, so they can make it so that they shoot you and you don't shoot them.
That's fine.
But yeah.
They won't do much. It'll
won't
be
do much,
pretty
yeah.
inconsequential. Getting through -1 to hit and the 4-up invuln and only getting 1 shot per 90
To be fair,
point
those
model.
last cannons would do work against, let's say, Terminators or something.
Yes.
With flat 3+, you know?
Yeah.
So you would, they would still have a lot of play in that game.
Yeah.
But you're right, that unit would give you some punch back.
Right.
And once you moved once, now you're in range to shoot them.
Yeah.
So
I'm into it.
I'm into it too. I think it's pretty
I
cool.
love Blight Haulers.
So the Blight Hauler is your MVP. For me, this is a little tricky because nothing did almost anything.
Well,
It's one of those games where nothing really did anything.
your Terminators were exceptional.
They killed 0 things.
They almost killed a Plague Bridge Crawler.
He says exceptional.
And they
They deep struck, which any unit could do.
They diverted
They took a reroll.
600 points of my army.
You diverted 600 points of your army. You did not necessarily need to, but
I wanted to.
You wanted to, exactly. So the Terminators, no, they weren't impressive. They didn't drop the tank. There was, they were hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s. I rolled well that one time.
You did.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have even come close, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So I don't think they were special in any way, and they died like chumps, the next turn. And so I think the Flamestorm aggressors were probably still the best thing I had. They were something that kept you at bay and kept you scared.
Yeah.
And I had them for a couple turns. That was probably, funny enough, also the Apothecary is probably the best thing I had because he brought back an aggressor and an eradicator.
Yeah.
And when I needed them desperately.
You did.
And
yeah.
so those were, that was probably the best thing I had, which is unsurprising.
It was a team effort
But I made feel no pains.
on both sides
Anywhere.
to make this
And
victory happen.
my Dreadnought exploded turn 1 and chipped just enough wounds to make sure that my Wraith Ashmantle died later.
Size to the Terex drill. Yeah,
Lots and lots of things went wrong.
everything went my way pretty much for the entire game.
That's true.
There were only a couple of failed charges. They were essentially
were
inconsequential.
meaningless.
It was like maybe I would have won by 5 more points.
You would have won a turn earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
But everything went my way for the whole game.
All right. Well, should we get into some questions?
Yeah, we
get
do
it.
have a few here. Thank you, Commander Anthony.
That's
rate my
comrade.
list.
Very different.
Comrade, sorry.
That's
Very different.
very different.
Very different. Sorry.
What's up, Comrade Anthony?
Here we go. DP, Plaguecaster. 7 groups of 7 Poxwalkers.
Nice. Wait, is that legal?
I thought you had to take them in 10
I
minutes.
think they're min 10. I don't think that's legal, buddy.
Okay,
Anyway, you can continue.
Yeah, 10
Blight Lord.
Blight Lord Terminators, the Tallyman and Blightspawn.
Nice.
2 groups of 3 Death Shroud Terminators.
Nice.
1 Bloat Drone.
Yep.
Turn 1 Kamikaze. Flash Outbreak.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You don't
3
necessarily have to do that, but yeah, I see that you could.
3 Plague Burst Crawlers.
Uh-huh.
Ferryman, 2,000 points exactly.
Okay.
So this is the issue, really, the way the Poxwalkers are structured.
In general, though, the list has all the stuff I think is cool. So
Yeah, if you just reorganize your Poxwalkers into 10, 19, 20.
yeah,
Yeah, 10, 19, 20. Then you have you have your 3 squads, so it's a legal battalion, and you have a 20-man for that punch, and then you have a 19-man that's basically a 20-man for that same punch.
Find enough points to put 1 more Poxwalker in. So then you can have 10, 10, 10, 10, and then 20.
Yeah. 10, 10, 10, 20 is ideal, but
But he's at 2K.
there's nowhere to cut.
Exactly.
I bet there is. I bet you could be clever.
10 Blight Lords, I would also say 10 Blight Lords will disappoint you every game. If you have a squad of 10 Blight Lords, they will fail their 9-inch charge, and you'll just cry.
No, I don't. No,
That's 500 points sitting in the middle of nowhere.
And also, 2 5-mans is better than 110.
Right, because it
Blight
hedges your 9-inch charges.
That's if you're coming in from Deep Strike, which is not the way I would normally play them.
I have been disappointed because I played a lot with Blightlords.
Yeah.
And when you compare them to Death Shroud, they just seem worse in every way.
Well, you're just banging on the one flail, basically.
They have some shooting.
Yeah.
But even the flail, it's not enough attacks. It
I know,
just
I know.
doesn't. It
Yeah.
doesn't cut the mustard.
Yeah.
Because you look at like the Death Shroud where the whole squad is monstrous.
It's monstrous. Yeah.
They just chop through everything.
Yeah.
And
I
then
would
you go
take
to
more Death
Blightlords.
Shroud over Blightlords, but that's just me.
But I wouldn't necessarily go over. I might dabble with 5-man Death Shroud squads, but to be honest, their footprint
No, it's way too big.
is dangerous. I think you need to stick with 3-mans.
3 or 4. at
Because
best.
you need to be able to hide them and stage them and then strike.
Totally.
And a 5-man's real hard to hide
I agree.
because they're big
But
models.
yeah, cool stuff. As we saw the one Plague Burst Crawler be a menace in this game.
Plagueburst Crawlers are great.
And 3 of them is just so mean.
Thank you, Thor. Hello, Titans. What would be the best 500-point army for Ultramarines and 500 points for Death Guard?
Okay, 500 points for Ultramarines.
No, Brian, this is we don't.
What do you got?
There's an in-box answer to this.
Okay.
There's a box game that's 500 points. Space Marines versus Death Guard. You just buy that box and you're done.
You're saying the old starter set?
Yeah.
The last edition starter set?
Yeah, the 8th edition starter set, which was my first box
Okay,
of Warhammer.
so let's talk about what that is. You have a Graves Captain, which is now really cool.
Yep.
You have
5 intercessors.
only 5?
I believe so.
No.
Well, it depends on which box, because it came in multiple sizes. The 500-point box, I think you get a Gravis Captain, 5 Intercessors, 5 Hellblasters,
There was a 500 point
and
box?
3 Bolt Inceptors.
What was the old edition of Warhammer called?
That's the No Fear box, is what you're looking for.
No.
Isn't it? Is it not the No Fear box?
Starter set.
Zach, you're not on your phone, and we need you to be on your phone right
No, so I got this. Funny, I'm searching up 8th edition starter sets, and all that's coming.
Bro,
Fear.
it's totally No Fear.
No Fear is the small box. Is that what you're talking about?
It's Death Guard against it's Ultramarines on the box, but it could be any Space Marines.
Yeah. Okay.
Bro, my memory's impeccable. This was my first.
So I thought we were
starter
talking
box.
about the main starter set, but yeah, you're talking about.
What was the name of the main starter set? Why can't we remember?
Yeah,
now?
I don't remember now. But that's okay. It looks like First Strike. Maybe what it was called.
So this gives you a Gravis Captain, 5 Intercessors, 3 Bolt Inceptors, 5 Hellblasters. That's exactly what I said. Dude, I nailed this box.
Okay.
I loved this
And
box.
these are all good stuff.
Yeah. And then the Death Guard, you get a Lord of Contagion, you get 5 Plague Marines, you get a Fetid Bloat Drone, but it's the easy build one with just the Flamers.
Yeah, but you could convert it.
And then you get 10 Poxwalkers, which is a great
Wow.
500-point mirror match.
So yeah, go find this box on eBay. Looks like it's probably like $150 or something.
Great deal.
And you've got your 2 500-point armies.
Now we should
And it comes
probably
with a little
answer.
bit of terrain too.
It
Like
does come
paper
with some
terrain.
crates.
Some like paper terrain, I think.
Oh, that's right. The box is terrain.
Yeah.
The inside of the box, you turn it over, and it's like this fake crate thing.
Yeah.
We should actually answer the question because that's not the best, but like.
But that's good stuff. It's a good basis, like all that stuff you would
Yeah.
use.
Dark Imperium. Thank you.
Dark
chat.
Imperium, that's what
It's
it was
driving
called.
me
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, it was driving me nuts too.
Thank you, Heinz. After so many mean space elves and strange Tuscan raiders / Jawas, it is good to see some old-fashioned space marine boys fighting each other, although they both believe in a rotting god.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you think the Imperator secretly looks like Grandfather Nurgle?
The Emperor does look pretty gross. He's like
sure.
all decrepit.
All
and
the pictures look
He looks like
pretty gross.
Skeletor. He's like.
No, Skeletor
The
looks way
Skeletor
cleaner.
looks great. Skeletor
Yeah.
looks great.
Well-
Yeah, he's a, yeah.
All right, he looks like the Lich King.
Yeah, he looks pretty bad.
That's
he
me
looks-
in the Golden Throne. That's
Yeah,
him.
he's very Tutankhamun, like
Yeah.
decrepit old mummy.
He kind of reminds me of the old fantasy. What were they? They're Austeric Bone Reapers now, but they were
Tomb
Tomb
Kings.
Kings.
Tomb Kings. Yes.
So
he
I mean,
reminds
like
me of a
actual
Tomb King.
Egyptians.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
but Tomb Kings.
I got you.
Thank you, John R. New Deathcore models on the way. Stands to reason they're going to get some love in a new codex.
It stands to reason.
What would be a fitting new regimental traits?
Okay. I don't know. So let's think about it. Like, here's what they're all about: sacrifice.
There's going to be something. Unfortunately, there's going to be something leadership based, right?
No, not necessarily.
necessarily.
Think about Yannari, which is like they get benefits when units die, right? This could be benefits when these units die as well.
All right, what about this?
Fight on death.
When a guard squad shoots, you can kill a model and the squad's +1 to hit.
They kill themselves? They don't do that.
They don't do that. What
No.
about as their numbers, like the Dire Avenger?
Oh, if they're half strength, they're
Half strength,
+1 to
they
hit
get
or
+1
something?
to hit, +1 to
No,
something
I don't.
like
That's and they're
It's
guard. That
a
doesn't make
weak
sense.
mechanic.
If you wanted
is
to
a
do
weak
morale,
mechanic.
if you wanted to do morale, I would ask for them to be wholly immune to morale,
Okay, that would be fine.
just fearless,
Yeah.
which would be actually
They
good.
won't do it, but yeah.
It would be actually good.
But they won't.
They won't do that.
That's
but-
a
right.
bridge too far, Brian.
That's the only way to actually make any kind of mechanic like that good, right?
Yeah, but that's what I would do something like that.
But they're so they were burned so badly by fearless conscripts.
yeah.
They'll never do it again.
Well, you have poxwalkers.
Yeah. They're
Like the
not going to do
same,
it with
but-
guard again, though.
Yeah. Well, they should.
But that would only be half. Everybody has multiple chapter tactics now. So like, if half of it is fearless, what's the other half?
Something really
Something for
horrible
tanks.
throwaway.
No, it should be something for tanks.
No, the tank regiments are it's like you have a base ability and then tanks have a separate ability.
Yeah, that's their second ability. It's something for tanks.
No, everyone already has something separate for tanks.
But guard. Wait, what?
Yeah, tanks already have something separate.
Space Marines don't have.
Yeah, but that's different.
No, but when the new codex comes out, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's going to Bridger's point. There's going to need to be 2 components.
And one
Yeah,
of them's for
they're not-
tanks.
Okay, let's keep their thing where tanks shoot on death or something.
That's so lame, though.
But the first
But let's not make it a roll off.
Make it
they
good.
guaranteed shoot on death 1 gun.
Top profile.
Maybe.
The
Middle
top profile
profile.
shoot all guns.
middle
Middle profile.
Not
It's,
middle
just,
profile.
it's kind of cool, but they just won't do that, right?
Top profile is too strong.
No, it's
Minus
not.
one to hit. What about minus 1 to hit?
It is-
They can shoot 1 gun, minus 1 to hit. Top profile.
It is not
It's
too
just like
strong.
you're saying anyway.
I know. I refute that. It's not too strong. If every guard tank shot literally twice in the whole game, which is what it would be, that is not too strong.
Okay. Okay, let's go with it. Yeah, listen. I want immune to morale, and all the tanks automatically shoot on death. Why not? Top profile. All their guns now.
Yes.
Wow, this is a really good army, actually.
Listen, they want to sell new models, don't they?
This escalated quickly.
Yeah.
They're gonna sell these models. They could write awful rules.
No, they did-
People will buy these models.
They did
like
the
crazy.
stupid put models in a box set thing again.
Yeah.
Where you have to buy
How
kill
long-
team
They
to get it.
always do that.
How long until an actual kit comes out?
And
gonna
it's
be
a
forever.
stupid mistake every time. They did it with heavy intercessors. How many actual heavy intercessor models do you think are played in the entire world?
None. Yeah.
None. They
Nobody
made
even
the
owns them.
same
We don't even-
stupid
We
mistake.
don't even own any.
We own 0.
We own 0.
And we own everything.
Yeah.
Nobody
And
plays.
it's because they decided to wait too long to bring the box out, and we had lost interest.
Right. They waited too
Well,
long. and it
I
was
don't
bad.
know. Do you think Deathcore Krieg is only going to be in Kill Team? I don't think so.
No,
There's
but
gonna
we're
be-
saying it might be a long time until their individual box comes out.
But I think with Deathcore they could wait because I don't think the Codex is coming soon. It hasn't even been announced. So like
We'll see. Could be cool.
they could wait on this and the hype would still be there, but later. And if they
hype-
timed that release with the new book, that would work.
This box has a ton of terrain in it.
It has like a full kill. It's like
Full Kill Team
actually
board.
the right amount.
They started doing
Kill
that with
Team.
Arena. Kill Team Arena is when they started putting a lot of terrain in those
But
boxes.
this is like better than this is like real terrain. Arena terrain is like the door. Like
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a cool box. How much do you think it's going to cost? Looks expensive.
$300.
Okay, maybe.
maybe like 240.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dehan Gaming. Hey Titans, currently learning Custodes, but I can't deal with all the popular Primarchs. Any tips for fighting Primarch armies with the Golden Boys?
Oh, yeah. We did a video about how to beat Mortarion. And we talked about how the different factions could stack up. And I think we had come to the conclusion that, Custodes was one of the factions that had no great answer.
Yeah.
It was almost like you were out of luck with Mortarion. Would you not kind of agree?
No, I fully agree.
And I hate to say that.
I think nowadays you just play around him. You play away from him, you take Venatari, you fly to the edge of the board, you take your Custodian Guard and you sit in your
But
backfield.
let's be real, 5 turns. When
No,
he knows, when he knows he's invincible, and you could just have 5 turns of him, it's So personally, here's what I would say. If you're playing your friends, don't let them bring
Mortarion.
Mortarion. You can kind of deal with Magnus, but I agree Magnus is a nightmare.
You bring 3 heavy Arachnus Blaze Cannon Caladises,
and he does die.
and you shoot him every turn until he
And
dies.
you also bring Sisters of Silence. And so it's like, cool, I have 2d6 smite. And you're like, cool, I take no damage. So so the Sisters of Silence are your answer to Magnus, and you can shoot Magnus with your tanks and your dreadnoughts, and you can fight and kill Magnus because he doesn't minus your damage.
You bring an Ares gunship,
Do it.
and you shoot Magnus in the head.
But Mortarion, though, you have no answer to. And unfortunately, yeah, he's just not. It's not going to be a fun game for anybody.
Now, on the lighter side of things, Gilliman, it's 1 CP strat. You ignore all of his rerolls.
Yeah, Gilliman's.
He's a chump.
You could easily kill Gilliman.
He's like, my whole army rerolls, and you're like, cool. No, they don't.
Yeah, exactly.
In the end.
Yeah, so that's an easy one.
Here's a good one. Thank you, Not So Big No More. Hey, Titans. Won my first game against Drukari with Nids and was wondering how the list would fare against Admech. He's got the Swarm Lord, a Neuranthrope, Brood Lord, Demacaron, and the Herodol.
Yeah, side Hierodule. Yeah, another Demacaron.
Another, yeah, I'm wondering.
Oh no, Dermic Symbiosis on
Dermic
Hierodule.
Symbiosis on,
Yeah.
there we go.
And then a Demacaron.
Then Demacaron, and then Dermic also.
Dermic on a Herodin.
Herodin. 2 Lictors.
Wow, Forge World.
55
Gaunts.
Gaunts.
So okay, so here's the thing. Your army is really excited to go first, which I think if you go first, you could put some real scare into them.
Because you can advance all the big stuff over their screens.
Yeah, and then charge into their juicy bits and actually tear it to pieces. And the Herodin can put enough shots to kill their las cannons.
What hive would you guys do this as? What hive fleet?
It's the shoot Chronos. Well, it's a mix of Chronos and Kraken. Because you need the super far advance on the things like the Hierodule and the Demacaron, but you need the mega shooting on the Hive Guard. He's Hive Guard, right?
No hive
No,
guard.
no,
There's no
No, you
Hive
didn't
Guard
have
in
the
this
points.
list?
It's a combat army, and he's shooting with the Herodin, right?
Then it's got to be Kraken.
You're forgetting how expensive the Herodin is. So listen, your army really wants to go first against them. If they go first, there's a chance that they get lucky and pop one of your big things, and then you're too far on the back foot.
I don't even think they have to get that lucky. I think they could just do it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're probably right. They could easily do it.
Do you like the Brood Lord with no Gene Stealers?
He double moves the anything. He double moves the Herodin. He double moves the.
He's just using it as a cheap throwaway thing. It seems
Yeah,
like.
psychic. A little psychic. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Broodlord, not the. That's not the double move character.
No, Swarmlord is in there. That's the first thing he said. Anyways, you really want to go first, and it sucks that it's kind of going to be somewhat binary like that, unless you can really, really hide things. But the Herodin you can't hide, so that's the thing. If they go first and drop your Herodin, it's going to hurt.
When we played the Herodin, no, we played the Hierotitan. No?
Biotitan.
Biotitan. Never mind.
We didn't play the Herodin.
We didn't.
But the Herodin is
do we have a Herodin?
We don't have one, but it's an absolute menace. It actually is very, very, very strong.
Is it as big as the Biotitan?
It's
huge.
very big.
It's huge.
Okay, so the thing we noticed, which is what I was going to say and then realized we didn't play it, when we played the Biotitan, it doesn't fit in your deployment
You
zone.
couldn't deploy it, yeah.
It can't do anything turn one. That's massive.
You have to deep strike it,
I guess. That's like 4 CP to deep strike it.
That's a rough rule, huh?
I know.
But it's better than you just can't play it, which is what it was before.
Yeah.
But that
Which is
they're both.
That's not a rule.
I feel like they're both bad rules. I feel like if it's bigger than your deployment zone, then you put it all the way touching the back edge, and you play it as normal.
Yeah, and you should house rule that.
So you
if you're
can still
playing
move it
French,
turn
you
one?
should house rule that.
Huh?
You can still move it turn one.
Yeah,
I would say you cannot move it, but you can do everything else.
No, I would say you do everything with it, and you paid so many cool points.
Half your move turn one.
You paid so many cool points to get extra 3 inches of movement. Good for you.
Half your move turn one.
I disagree.
Minus the distance outside your deployment zone that you are.
Fine,
Sure.
I'll meet you there.
Sure.
I'll meet you there. I'm with you.
You can deploy it hanging off the table.
But you have to have it all the way at the back. Furthest back it can
Yeah.
be.
No movement's not. What else falls into this category? No movement's not good because some things are close combat.
It's all
some-
bad. It's all bad.
What else falls into this category?
Oh, things that are so large that don't
Yeah.
fit?
Oh, the
Custodes,
flyers. don't
flyer
fit.
as well. And like
Oh,
a
I
thunder,
saw here.
like a Thunderhawk wouldn't fit, you know?
Yeah. Okay. There we go. We did it. Thank you, SP. Any
Thanks, SP.
advice, tips, or changes to the following Black Templar list?
Okay.
One Bike Captain,
Nice.
Grimaldus,
Cool.
Indominus Captain, Apothecary, and Whirlwind. 2 groups of 3 Plasma Interceptors.
All right.
3 groups of 5 Assault Interceptors. 1 5-man BG, what is
Blade Guard.
that? Blade Guard, duh. And 1 5-man Terminators with Thunder Hammer Storm Shield.
Yeah.
2 groups of 5 Devastators with 2 Las, 1 Multi-Melta, and 1 Heavy Plasma.
Brian, what do you think about that?
You like that mix?
What do you think about
You like
that?
that?
Devastators
What's your opinion on
did
that?
not work for me. I hope they work better for you, but I doubt it. The problem is that you have mixed weapons with different ranges, so they'll need to move and shoot. You're going to suffer the heavy penalty.
So which weapon do you like best on these guys?
none of them, and don't take them.
But if you had to pick one, would you go las cannon or multi-melta? Don't say plasma. It's not plasma.
Multi-melta?
I would probably agree. Yeah.
Yeah, multi-melta, and that would only be if I had a plan to deliver them. Otherwise,
how would you deliver them? Because no matter what, they'll be moving. They'll take the move penalty.
No, I didn't. I meant like deliver them at all to the ever shoot.
No, I agree. So like you could drop pod them, put them in Rhino.
Unfortunately, the answer is that Eradicators are just better in so many ways. They're cheaper per shot.
Mm-hmm.
They're also tougher in numerous ways. They're T5. They're more wounds. They're Gravis, which means you get 2 separate Gravis strats, and you can have their Primaris for transhuman.
And they're not heavy.
Yes, and they're not heavy. And it keeps going. Your Apothecary can res an entire model, which means you're getting more back in a single bunch. And so they're just radically, as Malters, they radically outperform your Devastators, unfortunately. So that's just going to be better.
So otherwise,
what do we think otherwise about this list?
I think it's a lot of fun. I really like it. Thunderhammer, Storm Shield, Terminators are fun. They go well with the army, so I'm cool with it. The Blade Guard are fun. I really dig the Impulsor for this army, which you don't have. You don't need it, but I like it a lot.
I'll say this is not very Black Templars.
How so?
He's got the Whirlwind.
It is.
You're looking for more assault units?
60% shooting. And I like my Templars to be at least 60% fighting.
No, look, he's got.
No, listen. If you kill the Devastators and you replace them with what, like one
Vanguard
unit?
Vets.
Yeah, so 1 unit of Vanguard Vets and 1 unit.
Keep your old Marines. You turn them into Vanguard Vets. And now I think it's the 60-40 that I want.
Yeah, I would maybe even 1 unit of Eradicators, 1 unit of Vanguard Vets, because you still need some shooting.
We have 6 Plasma Inceptors.
Yeah, but it's still not enough.
It's not enough?
No.
I think it's enough.
It's not enough. He knows it's not enough.
That's enough.
All right.
Thank you, James CM. Hey guys, trying to decide between Ultramarines and Black Templars for my next army.
Oh.
Any advice on playstyle, key units, and models to help my decision? Playstyle.
Templars.
How's the playstyle different though?
Well, okay, so Templars ideally should be a combat forward faction. They don't have many shooting benefits at all. They have tons of benefits to just getting up in there, getting there fast, and charging, and being harder on the charge than some other people. And so that's what it's all about. Ultramarines is a mid-board shoot and fight, and they want to just be really efficient on that mid-board. So you get kind of within that 24 to 18-inch range, and they start blasting you really efficiently, and then they fight you, and then they fall back, shoot you, and fight you again. You know, and so they kind of get in this cycle really close up. And Ultramarines are all about efficiency, like rerolls, maximizing every model. So it's like fully shooting, fully fighting, you know, fully overwatching, you know, full rerolls on everything.
A little more synergistic, strategic. You think?
It's no, because so the Templars are too, right? Like they have all their auras.
The Whirlwind trick.
They have all their auras from their chaplains, and they still need their captains and things like that. And so they both have that, but the Ultramarines are far more shoot and castle and like a moving castle, moving bubble, has typically been their way. I love both these armies, but if they've announced something cool coming for Templars, I always go with the new thing. Templars have so much personality.
They're very dope. But that also means wait like a week or two to see what the models are.
Did
they in that
we
video
already
you watched?
have things that we know are great, like Blade Guard are great. They've got robes.
What if? Hear me out, Brian. What if there's a new Blade Guard kit, just like Space Wolves got Reavers?
Okay.
Maybe
Templar specific.
Templars.
And then what it is, it's double the robes.
Would not surprise me.
It's robes on robes.
It's robes on robes. It's layers of robes. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot
And
of
it'll
units,
have the
a lot of
Templar
Space Marine units have
symbol
gone
on
like
the
a unit, right? There's
You know how some units have like little things that accompany them? Like, here's my cherub that comes to the side.
It's a little cherub holding the
No,
robe.
I was thinking like it's like a little wardrobe closet with more robes in it.
No, I think it's a cherub holding the robe up so it doesn't drag on the ground.
No, it's like every time they shoot,
the cherub cannot
every
take
time they
enough
shoot,
robes.
they reload their robe. Because they get some like powder, you know, they get some dust.
Every time they go into combat, they throw off their robe.
Yeah, and it's
they
a funny
need a
last
new
mechanic
robe.
because you're tangled in their robe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the Templars are cool, and what to watch out for Templar, you know, you want some chaplains. I like the Bike Chaplain. I think he's a lot of fun. They have special characters, which are cool. I really think Blade Guard are kind of the iconic unit for them right now. They have their own special unit, which is their like little acolytes, neophytes. I don't really like the way they play right now, so not my favorite, but you know, maybe one squad of that if you're into it. but the Blade Guard are my main, and I love Vanguard vets as well.
Thank you, Jay Taylor. What do you guys think about making Wolfen 3 wounds and 3-up armor?
Yeah.
They would be better, but does that make them playable?
Well, they are 3-up armor with their
With the Storm
Shields.
Shield, which, that's a joke. Get that out of here.
They shouldn't be 3-up armor.
No. Listen, I don't think they should be 3-up armor. I think they should be 4-up armor. I think they should be 3 wounds. And I think they should be a 5-up feel no pain.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm into that. Did they lost their fight on death, or they still have it, but it doesn't let them fight twice?
Correct.
Right? I think they should be allowed to fight twice. That's fine.
Yeah, they're berserkers. Let them go crazy.
Fight twice.
Although
on death.
it is the new.
No, they get to fight once
on-
and then fight again on death.
twice. The separate,
This is the new norm though, because Repentia can't fight twice.
So they should at least be as killy as Repentia. How about that?
That's a high bar, Brian.
And I think they should be more killy than
Lores
Repentia.
wise, they should be more killy. Than
I
Repentia,
agree.
for sure.
And Repentia are even more durable.
No, it's hard to argue because like there are so many more points. Wolfen
Yeah.
than Repentia. They're so much more
Yeah.
expensive, and they're not more durable in any way.
Yeah.
And they're not more killy.
And they're not more deliverable.
And they're not
Units like this
faster.
are tough, right? Because like they need to run across the battlefield and not get wrecked.
Yeah, so they
And
need
then
advance
you want
and
them
charge.
to be really amazing when they get there, but then that's a whole nother problem, right?
They need advance and charge. They need an above average Space Marine movement. Okay.
Which they should
Oh,
have.
they should be fast. They should move
And-
8. They should
yeah.
move 8.
And they need above average movement. They need advance and charge. And then they need to go bananas when they charge. Like I think they should be doing the kind of damage Repentia do with the rerolls and things like that. And
And they should be -1 to. They should smell bad and be -1 to hit in combat.
That's not what that rule would do.
That smell bad?
It's -1 to hit in combat.
no, what
Sure.
it is it
They
doesn't
look like
actually
they
have an
smell bad,
in-game
though.
effect. It doesn't have an in-game effect. It just is a thing that it says they smell bad.
That's
and
it.
it says that if your opponent complains that you actually smell, you can say it's not me, it's the Wolfen, and they're obligated to
And
believe
you point to your data
Yeah,
sheet.
it's in
you're
their
like,
data sheet,
Look,
and they're
man.
obligated to believe you.
Look, man. It's
so it
written right
allows
here.
you to not have to wear deodorant when you play the Space
Oh,
Marines.
please no. Please no.
Listen, it's in the rules. I didn't make it up.
Okay, speaking of smelling bad in Space Wolves, Hey Titans got a grand tournament coming up.
I'm sorry. Who is this from?
Playing as Space Wolves. This is from Wolf's Lair.
Who is particularly
you,
smelly?
Wolfslayer.
Is that like a thing?
No,
No, I
just-
just want to make sure we shouted out his name.
Just,
Hey, what's up, Wolfslayer?
just Space
And the last
Wolves
one
in
was from
general.
Jay Taylor. Did we say that?
We did. Sometimes I say it at the end.
Okay. All right.
He likes to mix it up, you know?
It's
Keep
your
it fresh.
style. All right.
Okay, Space Wolves GT from Wolf's Lair. Thank you
Nice.
again,
You got a
Wolf's Lair.
GT coming up.
Running Ragnar, Bjorn, P-Tech. What's a P-Tech?
Primaris Tech Marine.
Also, I don't know what. Look at that. What is all that?
Master of the Forge and
Something of runes.
something
of-
Armor of
Russ.
Yeah, Armor of Russ.
Okay,
Nailed it.
Very nice. 2 groups of 5 infiltrators, a 5-man incursion.
And cursors.
Incursor, sorry. Blade Guard vets, 2 Vanguard?
No, wait.
Vendreads.
Vendreads, yeah.
Vandreds with
With the axe and shield, or
this.
Frost,
oh, it's the claw.
Great Axe, and something shield.
Yeah, Blizzard shield.
Yep.
2 5 groups of
2x5
WGT.
Wraithguard Terminators.
Wraithguard Terminators.
Wolfguard Terminators.
Wolfguard. There we go. Thunderhammer Storm Shield.
This is always such a fun game. The acronyms.
CFSS.
Not a lightning claw. Something fist.
Chain Fist.
Don't take chain fist.
Chain Fist.
I love. You take that back. I love Chain Fist.
Chain fists are awful, dude.
They're awesome.
We didn't even know what it was.
Chain
CF,
Fist?
like we should have known that.
Listen. I need to stop you right now. I've played chain fist many times. I have Space Wolves with chain fist.
They should be better.
I have.
What do they do? I don't even know what
They're
they
bad.
do.
They only have advantages against vehicles
They're like
okay.
They're Power Fists normally.
that are worse than Power Fists.
They're
And
AP2.
how are
They're
they-
AP2. Yeah.
They're worse than Power
Less
Fists.
AP?
Yeah.
They're
I think
worse than
AP2.
Power Fists, and then they get a little better against
And they
vehicles.
go to like damage 3 against vehicles.
That's kind of how they were in like 30K.
Yeah,
when I
they're
remember,
really
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
They should be better.
Like Lightning Claw Storm Shield is way cooler.
Have you ever looked at the Chain Fist? I know we have to finish
Wait,
the list.
there's a little more. Hold on. There's
Okay.
2 groups of 5 FW.
The wolves, Friends and
Friends
Wolves.
and Wolves. yeah.
Okay.
One unit of Eradicators.
Eradicators and HM
Eradicators
Heavy
with
Melta Impulse.
heavy melter rifles and an impulsor.
Yeah.
Okay, before we move on,
Okay.
we're going to talk about this list, but
Chain Fist
have
really.
you ever
got
looked at
hot
Chain
take.
Fist? Like, how does it
It's
work?
a full Power Fist with,
with
a chain
tiny
sword on it.
little. with a
No,
tiny
but it has
little-
a chain. It has a
It's
tiny.
smaller than a chain sword.
But there's no. It's two thin for the chain to actually go back in. It's basically just a chain hanging out off the arm, but the chain never goes. Does it just like it's
Maybe it goes back and forth real fast.
right?
It's like a jigsaw.
It's a jigsaw
type thing, you know?
Just
That's why
how
they're
does
not
it
very
work?
good.
How do they work?
They don't.
That's what we're trying to say. They don't work.
They don't work.
Yeah, so I really like Lightning Claws and Storm Shields. I think that's a lot of fun. It works well for me, or Power Fists if you're into it. But the Chain Fist always made me sad. I love Ragnar. He's a lot of fun. Love Bjorn. He's cool. The Tech Marine is fine. Helps your Dreadnoughts. That's cool. The Infiltrators I'm into. Incursors. I actually like Incursors more than Infiltrators for you.
We keep
but they're
seeing
both
this where people take 3x5.
He wants to put the pressure on early game, which I think
Strikers.
could happen.
They're not
Infiltrators. I think it's fine. I think it works. The Blade Guard veterans are great. The Vendreads are brilliant. They've been doing great for me. So I'm really into that. And the Terminators, yeah, you got a lot of, you need a bit more.
Shooting.
No, I think the shooting's fine. You need a bit more, like, you need feels like almost like.
This army has almost no shooting. It has Eradicators.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't think it's a big deal.
That's it. That's the only shooting in the entire army.
No, Bjorn's got some shooting as well.
What does Bjorn have? He didn't say.
He didn't say, but most people take the last cannons.
Yeah.
He
has options? I didn't even know he had
Yeah,
options.
I had an assault cannon in my last game.
Okay.
And he can take anything that like a normal dread, I think. can
Wait,
have.
so hold on. The entire shooting in the army will kill one thing.
Yeah, I know. But then he's putting the pressure on so early, and he's got so much more where that came from. I think it's fine. I think it's cool. I think you could drop the impulsor for some more shooting.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to deliver. Everything else is already delivering itself. Yeah. You're putting the pressure on early game. That is your delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And
get some Eradicators in there. Not Eradicators. Inceptors. Get some Inceptors.
They're so expensive.
What's in the impulsor? I wonder.
The Blade Guard. The 5-man Blade Guard.
Yeah, it's party boss.
And then he could have his Tech Marine in there or whatever he wants. But no, it's a great list as is. But I would change to Chain Fists, and we would consider one more unit of shooting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nurgle's chosen son. Grandfather's Blessings,
Woo!
Titans. What do the Titans think of all Demon Guard list and 2 units of Poxwalkers?
All Demon Death Guard.
So that would just be Demon Machines, or
it could be Demon
also,
Engines.
What are the dudes? The Chosen? Is that what they're called? Not Chosen. That's what
not. I mean, Chosen is a thing, but that's not it. They have wings.
The Flies?
Desecrated.
We're so spacing out.
The Anointed. The Exalted.
The
Possessed.
So it would be like mostly Possessed, and then like Demon Prince.
Demon
is
Engines.
your character. Demon Engines, and then Possessed, and then what did he say is the troops? Poxwalkers.
I mean,
I think it could work.
To be honest, 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, a unit of 3 Blight Haulers. You're gonna be Poxmongers. You buff them up. Take Demon Prince. You got to get a Playcaster in there though. Like I know the theme's great. I'm into it. Playcaster's basically a demon. He's an honorary demon.
Does he have
also a
armor?
demon.
Does he have armor on?
Mortarian's also a demon, and
he has armor on, but so do Demon Princes.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotcha there.
And so
not like the Space Marine.
No, they do. They do.
They
in
do.
this book, they do.
Really?
Yeah.
They do.
The Possessed have Space Marine armor.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So the lore-wise, here's how you justify it. The Playcaster is like the assistant to the Demon Prince.
Maybe just model him as a demon.
Model him as a demon.
Yeah.
But no, like this guy's not trying to min-max. So you do need another HQ though, right? And you can't take 2 Demon
Well,
Princes.
you can take Demon Prince and...
Is this
That's
a
it.
patrol? 2 units of Poxwalker?
Oh, it is a patrol. That's how he's doing it.
Yeah.
But then you only get 2 fast attack slots.
And what is,
By the way, you can't take the Poxwalkers without taking
Heretic Astartes.
you have
Heretic
to take-
Astartes.
Or Bubonic Astartes.
Bubonic Astartes.
So it's not
Do
legal.
the
Possessed have
do
heretic?
the Possessed have it?
Oh, they might.
They might.
They might do it.
Let's take a
But you can only have 2 units of Possessed because you only have 2 elite slots because it's a patrol.
They do have Bubonic Astartes.
There's
So-
only 2 elite slots in patrol, or is there?
I think
There's
there's only
yeah,
2 of each of the
There's only
special.
2 of each of the slots. So he's taking 2 patrols? If
No,
you take 2
one
patrols,
patrol with two units of
because you can have a...
He doesn't actually mention here, but right, it says
Well,
With-
listen,
with
listen,
only
let's
2
figure it
units
out.
of Poxwalkers.
We're going to do 2 patrols,
Okay.
and we're going to have a Demon Prince in each,
So then you need 4 units of Poxwalkers.
and then we can have 4 units of Poxwalkers,
Uh-huh.
and you'd go a little heavy on them if you could, like some bigger squads.
80.
Cool. And then you have, ooh, no, you can only have 3 units of possessed, so you need a 4th.
That's where the the Plague Caster comes in. He's Bubonic Astartes. Boom.
No, we're cheating. We're running out of room here. So we're only having 3 units of Poxwalkers.
Okay.
So 3 20-mans or something.
It's a battalion.
No. No.
You can't have 2 patrols.
Why not? Patrol, you only have to have 1 troop choice.
Oh.
Yeah. So then,
that's what I forgot.
yeah, that's what you forgot.
I forget
No,
that
you
too.
need 2 troops for
You
No,
not.
no,
You just
it's
need
1
one.
to 3.
It's just 1. And then, yeah, 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, and then some foetid bloat drones, or fetid bloat drones, as it's supposed to be said.
And
you
Blight
put it
Haulers.
with the, yeah, that's if you have points. I don't think you have points left over. All right, we did it.
Thematically, it's super cool.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
But what is this? Summing.
It's actually strong.
Summing
Epidemius.
Epidemius. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you could summon Epidemius. That's kind of neat. I don't know. What do you have to roll to summon Epidemius? Doesn't sound easy.
Roll pretty high.
Yeah.
And
Good luck
you
with
save
that.
a lot of points in your list.
There used to be a strat for Death Guard to summon better.
Not anymore.
But I don't think they have it anymore.
Not anymore.
Thank you, Papa Bear. Deathwing Command. Here's his list, right? Deathwing Command, Thunderhammer, Storm Shield, 2 groups of that.
Okay.
Deathwing Terminators.
This is the second. Start with the super chat below.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Papa Bear. Thank you, Bridger. Papa Bear. Plus John's Blood Angels list got me thinking about Blade Guard vets and not enough CP.
Yeah.
I play Dark Angels, and so I've been working on this. Thoughts? Here we go. The
Deathwing Vanguard.
So yeah,
Deathwing
so first of all,
Vanguard.
if you don't know, John played an all Blade Guard list. It was like 15 Blade Guard, right? And he spent
10 CP.
10 CP
on
plus
Transhuman.
on Transhuman. It
was pretty good,
in the
though.
game.
Pretty
And
powerful.
my army was just kept bouncing and bouncing and bouncing off of Transhuman. I only killed things once he ran out of CP and couldn't Transhuman anymore.
It was amazing.
And so yeah, Blade Guard vets with Transhuman permanently is crazy.
Okay, so Deathwing Vanguard, Belial, Ancient, BG Ancient is
Yeah.
Blade Guard Ancient.
Blade Guard Ancient with Pendant of Redemption, right?
Yeah, Remembrance, yep.
3 groups of 6 Blade Guard vets.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you have to watch out with 6, right? That's your coherency blast number. And it also is 2 CP to Transhuman instead of 1. Oh, you
Ooh.
don't need to because it's free in this army. But
But still, coherency's big.
coherency is the problem, not even blast.
Not Blast, that's 6.
Coherency is the problem, so watch out for that.
Deathwing Command, Thunderhammer, Storm Shield, 2 groups of that.
Yep.
Deathwing Terminators times 4 plus 1.
With Cyclone
Cyclone
Missile.
with
Yep.
Outrider. Bike Slaplin with Rage.
Nice.
What's STR?
Strength.
Yes, but
Something MOS. Some sort
Mantra
word.
of strength.
Mantra of Strength? Yeah, okay. That's the one where you rage out.
Warlord plus Good Talk.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm into it. Good
Oh,
talk.
Order. Wise Order is
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
he's good at talking.
Ravenwing Apothecary with Chief Apothecary.
Yeah.
Selfless, 4 attack bikes, 2 Outriders. Units,
I mean, yeah.
These are all amazing units.
It sounds great.
The only question is,
You don't have the OPSEC, so you definitely, I didn't see in there.
don't the Deathwing...
No,
Oh,
they
only
don't
the
get it.
Terminators
Only the
get it.
Terminators get it.
Yeah, yeah.
So you might want to watch out. The Ancient could take the, if you upgrade the Ancient, you can give him the special,
The Banner of OPSEC?
is it a Warlord trait or is it a relic?
There's one of each.
Because he wants to have the Pendant of Remembrance on it, which means he can't have another relic.
Well, there's a Warlord trait, Rites of War.
Yeah, you could do Rites of War. I was trying to find out if the special upgraded Ancient.
But everything in this is
Yeah.
core, so Rites of War would work.
Yeah, so go, but that, yeah.
So every unit you've listed is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just a question of, is this the optimal arrangement of those units?
No, but if he's into Blade Guard, I think this is solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it, man.
I think it's a great list. I think you've got a lot of play here. I would be scared to face it, frankly.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
a brutal army.
All right, go do your dangles.
Thank you, Comrade Anthony. Little clarification from earlier.
Okay.
This is what we started off, right? It did explain Poxwalkers 19-19-11.
There you go.
It's 7 times 7.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
The Blightlord Terminators are in 1 10-man squad unit because of buffs.
Sure.
And the 2 Death Shroud units are going to deep strike.
Okay. Listen, when you buff the Terminator squad up, they do become pretty terrifying. So I'm into it. That's good. Why 19-19-11?
So that he can get 49, which is 7 by 7. That's what he wants. And also, it's basically 2 20-mans and a 10-man, which is what I would run anyway.
Okay, but doesn't the 11...
Get you blast?
Blast?
Yeah, sure.
So it should be 20, 19, and 10.
Maybe like prime,
Nah.
prime
It should be
numbers.
20, 19,
It should be
like a prime
14,
number.
14, 14, 7. That's what it should be, Brian.
Because those are divisible.
Oh, we can't do
nicely.
7. No! Oh, I can't get it.
Yep, doesn't work.
You need 54. No,
So 20,
56.
19, and 10 is the way to do it.
56 is the way to do it. It's 14, 14.
But you wanted 7 times 7. Yep. They should have thought. They should have thought about this.
They
more.
should have thought of that. You should be allowed to take Poxwalkers and 7s.
You should.
Not 8s, not 9s, 7s.
7s.
Thank you, Ernie. How's it going, Ernie? How goes it, Titans? Ernie says, missed the whole stream because I was asleep, but definitely will watch it later. Also, the holy shirt of Bridger returns.
Yeah, he really likes this Nintendo shirt, which is blocked by the Bridger pillow. But yeah, he likes this shirt.
Well, I dig the Nintendo 64.
It's all right, yeah.
I think it was pretty amazing.
It was pretty cool.
It really was.
Super Mario 64 was dope.
Oh, is that it? That was all that was good? Is the only thing they managed?
I was really young at that time,
They didn't.
so
they,
like
they
the
had
only
they
64
invented,
games
like,
I
the Smash
played.
Brothers.
They did, but like I only played
GoldenEye.
it at my grandparents' house where I got to play. GoldenEye was amazing.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye was amazing.
And you know,
I didn't understand it. I was too young, but boy, did I try to play that game. And Super Mario. Those were oh, and Spyro. Was Spyro on 64? It
no PlayStation.
was on Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
PS1. Played a lot of PS1.
There was a lot of games
Ooh,
that
I
era
played a lot
that were
of
really
PS1.
really great. So obviously they had the 3D Mario Kart, and they did Perfect Dark. They had the Turok games, which
Dinosaur
was
Hunter.
tons of fun.
Yeah.
No, the
it-
draw distance was so short. That game
Doesn't
was
matter.
dumb. That game was
they
goofy.
were classics and great. And they obviously had Ocarina of Time, which blew everyone
Ooh,
away.
that was amazing.
And
Yeah.
Majora's Mask. Great games, man. 64 is pretty amazing.
I was a Sony kid though. I played a lot of PS1.
PS1
I
was cool.
just had them all.
Yeah.
Look at you, Brian.
I had a job since 11. I was
Working
11
at a
years
game
old.
store. Or no, at that age you weren't at a
Yeah.
game store.
Hey Titans, tomorrow I will have a little tournament at our state. I will go with Black Legion. Yep,
Black Legion with Abaddon.
Abaddon. DA is, what is DA in that?
Dark Apostle.
Dark Apostle.
Yeah.
Sorcerer of Slanesh, 20 cultists, 10 just Marines, right? SM, Space Marines.
No,
Yeah.
they're not called Space Marines.
They're called Chaos Space Marines.
Chaos
but
Space Marines, Adeptus Astartes.
Okay.
I mean
sure.
Adeptus.
Maybe let's call them
Heretic
Slanesh
Astartes.
Marines. I don't know.
2 Obliterators, 5 Terminators, Havocs with autocannon. What else? Thanks.
Okay, more Terminators. So go from 5 to 10 or from 10 to 20. Your call. I think that's pretty solid.
Do you like Havocs with autocannon? I've played Andrews. Every game I play Andrews, they do nothing.
They're kind of like the Devastators,
die
except
very
you
easily.
think they should be better,
they're 1 wound, yeah.
but they're only 1 wound,
But they're top 5.
and
They
they
seem to die easy.
they move and shoot, which is nice, but
They're top 5.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're bad.
yeah.
The Havocs are cool models.
Certainly with autocannon they're bad.
I mean, what are they good with?
Laser cannons.
Unfortunately, not.
But Brian, your deepest flaw with your last cannon devs was the heavy penalty.
Oh, I don't know that in this game that was the deepest flaw.
I would have rather had the autocannons with the auto 2 damage, because
You only
But it's always 1 damage?
yeah,
But at least-
because at least it was it didn't build me up. I would have done as much damage. So, yeah, I would up your unit of 2 Obliterators to 3, and I would take your Terminator squads up. You know, the chaos right now is actually about shooting, and you should watch out also if you're taking the Obliterators and you want to make them work. You sometimes need the extra caster, the demon caster,
The big Terminators dropping down with like the 40 shots twice and the veterans of the
that
long
mostly
war.
gets scary when you're doing them as Emperor's Children. It's not as scary when you're as Black Legion. And for what it's worth, if you really want Black Legion, I might consider half and half, like half Black Legion, half, have your Abaddon, have your Black Legion for your cultists and all that. But then have your Emperor's Children for your Terminators and things like that.
I'm not sold on 10 space or 10 CSM over more cultists.
Yeah, I agree.
Because when you have Abaddon, cultists are at their best,
Yeah.
which is not great.
But they're usable.
I would say they're better than normal Chaos Space.
Thematically though, Abaddon showing up with like only cultists, pretty cool.
Well, he said tournament here, so I'm into that too.
Yeah, exactly. But like you're saying, then make everybody else.
Oh, I thought that was a joke.
It felt like you were being
It
facetious.
felt like,
Yeah, but
definitely
you're
felt
not.
like
I
sarcasm.
looked at it
You're
like
into it?
'Cause it's
Abaddon only like
very non-Abaddon.
No, he does. He brings hordes with
He
him.
brings hordes of cultists, but also he has
also
like
Space Marines.
super elite cast Space Marines.
Yeah.
But in this one, they got into a fight, and so he just reached out to some Emperor's children. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, my Space Marines are taking the day off. All right. Thank you, Forrest Gray. Hey guys, I've recently started up a Grey Knights Forest after playing Craft World Eldar for 5 editions.
Nice. Wow.
Do you have any recommendations for Grey Knight playstyle and combos?
Okay, yeah. So first of all, you're going to have to plan out your psychic really, really carefully. So do some thinking and kind of space it out a little bit.
Which he should be good at after playing Craft World Eldar.
This
for
is
5
next
editions.
level for sure.
It's real complicated. Zach.
It's next level,
Thousands
but
on
here's a few things. The interceptors are one of the more interesting units these days. They're a unit that can pick up and teleport, and I would almost always at this point go for 3 squads of 5 of them.
Now, Zach, I saw the confusion in your face there because you've said interceptor several times today when you meant intercessor and inceptor. This is a third new unit. Only for Grey Knights.
These ones are not new. These
But
ones
they're
are
called
they're
interceptors.
They're interceptors.
And
no,
I
that
think-
wasn't the confusion.
I think they're really, really great. They take up your fast attack slot, and you can use them to do rod and a bunch of other cool stuff. So I'm really into them. I think your base troops as Terminators is pretty interesting. Having like 1 or 2 cheap strike squads, but then having Terminators that you can put out on the points, buff them up a little bit. I think 1 good unit of Paladins can be really strong. Otherwise, you kind of are going to need 2 detachments because you're going to need several characters. I like 2 librarians because I like taking the +1 to cast and deny on one of them, and I also like the other one to be able to manipulate the dice up and down. You want a Brotherhood captain because he's going to increase double your smite range, which the army doesn't function without, so he's kind of an auto take. And then I don't know, I kind of like Voldis. I think he's a great caster. So I take him as well a lot. Some of the more combat characters haven't really worked out for me. Like Drago didn't work. He was kind of a chump for how expensive he is. There's a lot of it. Like you can have this one Purgation squad that you buff up and it shoots and it's like not worth it. It just eats up all your points. Also, you can take some Dreadnoughts, even 1 or 2 Dreadnoughts. And you
Shoot through walls.
You could shoot through walls, keep them safe. Yeah.
Vendreads are great.
Yeah, Vendreads are pretty cool. So those are the things that I generally like. Yeah, I also like taking Nemesis Dread Knights, but they're awful. So, but I think they look cool.
Thank you, SP. Thanks for help with the Black Templar list. I took out the Devastators and put in 1 group of 4 Eradicators and 1 group of 5 Vanguard vets with Storm Shield.
Whoa,
Stormshield Lightning Claw.
that is a
Claws.
huge glow
That's
up.
a massive improvement.
Sound better, yes.
That is a massive improvement. I didn't think you would fit all of that.
That's a dirty list. Well, devs are expensive.
Devs are expensive. Listen,
That's real strong.
that's very strong.
I'm super into it.
Yeah,
That's fierce.
yeah, it's good.
Spooky.
Way stronger.
Thank you, Alex L. Good evening, Titans. A while ago, you had a video showcasing Blood Angels as potentially the strongest faction.
That's true. That was in December of last year, though.
I think November.
November even of last year.
Yeah, with the
Long time
new
ago.
codexes and FAQs, where do you think Blood Angels stand in the current meta? Thanks. Thanks, Alex.
So they're middling. They're performing fairly.
What
Yeah.
about within Space Marines and then
Within Space Marines, they're behind Dark Angels, I would say.
Yeah, they're behind White Scars.
They're behind White Scars, and I think that's where I would put them.
And they're like, they're like maybe just above Ultramarines.
Yeah. Just above Salamanders.
Oh, Salamanders are really good too. Yeah, Salamanders and Ultramarines are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Blood Angels kind of in there, that space too. But they're probably a little bit above in my opinion.
So they're like top 1/3 of Space Marines.
Yeah,
Space Marines are like
upper middle.
top 1/3 of the game.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
So the top third of the top third.
But like Admech is the top army right now. Drukhari would be probably the second pick. Death Guard, Dark Angels are coming up in there not far after. Sisters are also very close.
Ooh, Sisters are real good.
They could probably be above Death Guard and Dark Angels, but it's I don't know. It's kind of all over the place.
It's muddled. Yeah.
I think if you're a good player, they'll provide you with more to do than the Death Guard and the others. So that's kind of the top bit of and then that's all like the top. Those are all the armies that are contenders to win.
Yep.
In my opinion, everyone else is a contender to come like second.
Then we get like Tyranids mixed in with Space Marines.
Yeah.
Mixed in with like Harlequins maybe are still
I
in
don't
there.
think so. I
You
don't
think
know.
they fell out of the mix?
Yeah, I think,
After they lost double prismatic blur.
yeah, I think so many things chipped away at them. But yeah, that's generally where I put all that stuff.
Necrons are in there somewhere
Necrons are up there as well.
with Space Marines.
They're fine. Yeah, so the meta does this weird thing where it's like they have a good matchup against Space Marines, but they don't have a good matchup against the armies at the top of the meta. And so that means people will change their list to fight the meta. And the way they change their list hurts them against Space Marines.
Well,
So
I
it's
think
like
it
they're
hurts
better.
them generally.
It hurts them generally.
It makes you a worse all-comers list,
Exactly.
which is not great.
Yeah, so Necrons used to be, I would say, advantaged against Space Marines, but now the kind of list you have to take to play in the meta makes you worse against Space Marines in a funny way, which probably takes them down a peg.
Yep.
But yeah, Necrons are in there too somewhere. Yeah. Was that the last one?
That's it. We did it.
Oh, well, just as a reminder, as we said, we've got a big week coming up. We're going to be doing a cool marathon. We're going to be, you and I, we're going to be painting a whole army.
Yep.
It's kind of a cheat because it's a beautiful army, really cool faction, but it's very low model count, but they're big models.
Yeah.
And it's not knights. So, you could guess. I'd love to see your guesses.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get it. It's not very hard to guess. But we're really excited to paint that whole army and to play it. I won't be playing it, actually. Bridger
Woo!
will be playing the army.
I love playing this
on
army.
Saturday. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to have an all-day Friday, all-day Saturday kind of marathon stream going on, in addition to all of our normal stuff, which is also going to be covering the new Warzone Caradon book this week. We're going to put up a vote up after this, so you can decide what you want to see go up against one of the Warzone Caradon armies, and then we're going to play the other armies throughout the week. So lots and lots of cool stuff. And thanks again for all the super chats and for all you members.
We did get one more.
We need one
did we?
more. Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Snuck it in. Let's do it.
Thank you, Joshua.
I can't read it from here.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Josu.
Josu, yeah. Hi
I'm going
guys,
with
how's
that.
everyone doing? I'm thinking of painting Guardians of the Covenant of Angels of Vengeance. Both are Dark Angels successor chapters.
Or
Guardians
Guardians of the Covenant or Angels of Vengeance.
All right,
Because
let's
I
look
thought
it
to
up.
myself, I thought 3 ofs,
I said to myself,
too many ofs.
Yeah, not
Okay. Covenant and of Angels.
Guardians of the Covenant or Angels
Guardians of the Covenant
Vengeance.
or Angels of Vengeance.
Okay, Covenant of Angels. Is that what it's called?
Covenant. Wait, Guardians of the Covenant.
Brian keeps saying the thing that we're not saying.
I'm saying Covenant of Angels first. So let's look at
not-
Wait, there is no Covenant of Angels.
Guardians
Guardian
of
of the Covenant.
Guardians of
So I'm in the middle.
yeah.
You keep saying the wrong thing.
Okay, let me look the Guardians up. Guardians of
The Covenant.
This is good content.
Covenant. No, this is the stuff. Okay, so they look like silver, black, and red. So mainly silver, and then they've got some black on them.
That's cool, actually.
It actually is really pretty. Okay, that's cool. I'm into that already.
Okay.
And then Angels of Vengeance.
Angels of Vengeance.
I like this name less.
Really?
Yes.
So these guys are classic, like very black with the red cloaks.
Not bad.
This is more of like their 30K color scheme.
yeah.
I like the name.
Would you say? Like it's a very
Yeah, that's
30K.
like the 30K black. Yeah.
Angels of Vengeance is a cool name.
Guardians of the Covenant would be based on the look.
I think the silver is really interesting. We have a friend, Bryce, who did a custom chapter, and he did the quarters,
Yeah.
but they were like silver
Silver and green.
and green,
quarters.
and the silver looked really good on the Dark
Yeah.
Angels. And so I'm going to go with the first one. I'm going to go with Guardians of the Covenant because I thought the silver looked really sharp, and I really like the look of that there.
Yeah.
So I'm into that. Go with that.
Okay, we now have a few more here. So
Okay.
thank you, Traylon.
Should turn it off. Right?
Giving the DT
Dark Templar?
Dark Templar tees.
Which of Dark Templar is not an army, but
Black Templar.
He calls it Dark Templar, so that's what we're guessing.
I mean, okay, yeah. Which of the 3 teases, Grey Knights, Dark Templar, or Thousand Sons, would you like to see first? Champion almost done.
Well, I want to see
Oh.
Dark Templars in the game. Like literal Eldar DTs. I want them in the game. They're invisible. You can't shoot them. You are not allowed to shoot them. And they're like
So you want the Protoss faction
They're
to be
witches.
released.
They're witches in combat.
You want the Protoss faction to be released into 40K.
No, it's even worse than that. He wants the Protoss faction from the expansion of StarCraft to be released.
The expansion of the original, but they're just in base StarCraft 2.
They're a base StarCraft 2 unit.
Oh, that's true.
And there is no detection in 40K, it turns out. So they're just always invisible.
That's it.
Can't hit them.
I think there is detection.
It's psychic?
I might have like scrying skulls and
Psychic
stuff like that.
detection?
But okay. So out of the three, Grey Knights, the Templars, or the Thousand Suns, which should come out first? I feel like they've
There's
been
so many
previewing.
Imperial factions.
They've been previewing. They've been previewing the Grey Knights and Thousand Suns for longer, so I think they should come out first. I think the Templars are already playable in their current state, whereas the Grey Knights and the Thousand Suns are not. And out of the two, because there's so many Imperial, let's go Thousand Suns. I think Chaos deserves another faction. That's what I would want to see next. And then Grey Knights, and then the Templars. Even though I love the Templars, I feel like they can hold out longer than the Grey Knights can. And excited to see that champion. He's painting up Grey Knights champion for us.
He's been sending me pictures. And I still need to pick a model for me and a model for Adrian. But man, have I had a crazy week. I will get back to you, Treyland. But boy, this week was a doozy.
Yeah, that's true. You were filling in for Adrian.
This week was wild.
And you were doing your actual normal job.
Yeah. We did get a lot of positive feedback from the new intro clips. So I think we might transition to more stuff like the intro clips that I did this past week.
That's exciting. Yeah, I like them too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ernie. Ernie says, "Good luck, Lord." That's a quote from Lord Bridger. Good luck. Is that a quote from you?
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not a lord, so
Oh, it's
maybe there's somebody else. There's another
it's a
Bridger who is
coincidence.
a lord.
And he's wishing
Who
us
said good luck.
Thank you, John P. Space was the list. Here we go. Bjorn with Las Cannon.
Cool. Arjak.
Arjak.
Aryak.
Aryak, Rockfist.
That thing with WL.
So that's a Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf.
Okay,
Yeah.
with Thunderhammer Storm Shield, 5 Assault Interceptors, 5 Intercessors,
Okay.
5 Incursors,
Yeah.
10
Wolfguard Terminators.
Wolfguard Terminators,
With
all
Combi
with
Plas.
Combi
Fun.
Plasma.
I like the Combi Plas.
5 Claw and Storm Shield, 3 Eradicators, 5 Blade Guard, 3 Outriders,
Nice.
an ATV with the Melta.
Okay.
Space Wolves,
That's
I love
fun.
that. 3 Thunderwolf Calv with Storm Shield. Thunderhammer. 3 Aggressors with Bolter. Guys,
What a cool
Space
mix.
Wolves are the worst list to go through all of the acronyms on.
They have
They're the
weird
worst-
names.
No,
They have
They're
weird
the
they're
worst armies to do
fine.
that with.
They're fine.
I like this has a cool mix
Blood
to
Angels
it.
are bad too.
Yeah, this has a really cool mix to it. You've got a lot of combat, but you've definitely still got a surprising amount of shooting, which is interesting.
Why Bolter Aggressors?
Why not Flamer Aggressors is the question. I think the Flamer Aggressors are far more interesting as well.
Unless, as we've spoken about, you're with Gilman.
Or unless you've already built 3, which is the way my Ultramarines are, all built as bolters. So then, bolters. You know what you're missing? Some Frenzian Wolves. Frenzian Wolves, because you need more throwaway early game. As it stands right now, you're going to have to put something valuable out on a point. And I hate that. I hate putting valuable things on points.
The ATV.
He has 1 ATV
No,
and 1 Outrider
but you
squad.
need the ATV.
You can throw away the Outriders, but it won't feel good.
Yeah, when you have a faction that has the wolves, you'd rather even 1 squad, because I see that you have 2 fast attack slots already. Truth is, I'd probably keep the Outriders, drop the ATV, and get 2 units of wolves in place of the ATV.
Look, he's not going to drop the ATV. The ATV is in here because he wants the ATV.
No, for sure.
If the ATV
I'm
is
fine.
there,
Like, we're
that
cool
means
with
he
it.
loves the ATV.
But the
like you
wolves-
and I, he loves the ATV.
Listen,
it's
I
not going
like
anywhere.
ATVs. I painted 7 ATVs in 1 week. I love ATVs.
Too many.
It was kind of cool though. You know
It's
what?
cool.
I'm going to be playing some ATVs this week.
Too many.
Do it. I love them.
I'm playing some ATVs this week. But I would take wolves.
Okay, now I think we did it.
All right, we did it.
Woo!
All right, we're not getting any more time. Shut off the stream.
Okay,
Shut up.
all right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, we're leaving.
Bye.